Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing Inhumans Prime, issue 1. So this is the one-shot that has come out of IVX. This is to basically set up the new status quo for the Inhumans, and honestly, I believe this was supposed to be, if you wanted to get more involved with the Inhumans, this was supposed to make you care. Honestly, going into this, I didn't really care that much about the Inhumans. Getting out of this comic, I still don't really care that much about the Inhumans. So it basically jumps you into a story, and if you don't know who a lot of these characters are, it's not really going to help you. And I feel like if you're not really that involved, you're going to get lost pretty quickly. Anywho, so Maximus is out. The Inhumans go get him using Karnak and Lockjaw. There's a fight, until finally all of the Inhumans show up to collect Maximus, who is, of course, Black Bolt's brother. And continuing on, Maximus, of course, he's got a big mouth. He's got to run it. He's feeling a lot of shade about Black Bolt, death of their parents, and how the world has changed, and what of it is Black Bolt's fault. So, moving forward, we get to see that the royal family is abdicating their throne, and they've decided that they are going to put together a government system instead of a monarchy. They believe that it's their fault, all of these different things that have happened. They are taking their own account of what's happened. They're admitting guilt there, and they're saying, instead of being, basically Medusa says, instead of being the queen that I should have been, I brought my people into war, and there was death and pain and destruction, and I isolated you guys from the world. So she apologizes for all of that, and as her last real move as queen, she decides to banish Maximus and isolate him from the Inhumans. And then she sets up ISO in power of all of the Inhumans, and they're discussing what's going to happen moving forward. Of course, we get to see some of the teams for the newer books that are going to be coming out, and this also sets up the storyline for the Royals in the epilogue. We get to see Marvel Boy makes an appearance. He's probably the only really exciting moment in the entire comic is seeing Marvel Boy, in my opinion. Moving forward, I'm probably going to be checking out the Royals and Black Bolt, but I've never really been a huge Inhumans fan. It's never been something that I felt the need to get involved in, and I don't feel like this comic helped at all. It's just not something that's very, very easily accessible in my mind for a new reader or someone like me that has never really gotten really in depth with it or hasn't really cared about the Inhumans. This is not the comic that's going to make you care. So if you're at all interested in some of the newer titles coming out of Resurrection, these are basically at every local comic book shop right now. It's a free Resurrection spotlight, and it goes through and it just shows little brief intros into all of the new books that are coming out right now. I mean, it goes into the new Jean Grey book, it goes into the Royals book, which I'm kind of interested in the art style for the Royals book, so I feel like I'm just going to pick it up just for the art, if nothing else. It does show X-Men Prime and Inhumans Prime a little bit. And it shows Iceman and a bunch of the other books that are coming out of this Cable But yeah, so if you don't want to spend $5 on this book, I suggest just grabbing this book for free, and you'll see little insert snippets from each of the comics, and then maybe you can make your own opinion from there. But honestly, I would not suggest picking up the Inhumans Prime one-shot unless you're a hardcore Inhumans fan. I don't really see it as a necessity. It's just saying, hey, there's gonna be new books. You know, the Royals are going over here. That's basically all that happens in this book. So yeah, give me a like if you like this video, comment below, and tell me what you thought of Inhumans Prime if you picked it up. Also, are you going to be picking up any of the Resurrection titles like I am? I know I've got my eye on a couple of them. Hopefully they're pretty good. I'm really hoping for a few of them to be pretty awesome. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.